So, as I said, I might put this on both of the channels, okay? What I want to do is I want to talk about some articles that came to my attention. Some folks done sent me some things that I thought that was very interesting. Now, the first article that I got was about Amazon. They're going to start testing drones that'll drop prescriptions on your doorstep, literally. Now, don't expect them to be bringing you any cayenne pepper and echinacea or any, they're going to be bringing you big pharma. And on this article, it says Amazon will soon make prescription drugs fall from the sky when the e-commerce giant becomes the latest company to test drone deliveries for medications. The company said Wednesday that customers in College Station, Texas can now get prescriptions delivered by drone within 1 hour of placing their order. The drone, programmed to fly from a delivery center with a secure pharmacy, will travel to the customer's address, descend to about 13 feet, and drop a package. Now, I'm not exactly sure how that's going to work, but this sounds like it's more of an experiment. It says Amazon says customers will be able to choose from more than 500 medications, a list that includes common treatments for conditions like the flu or pneumonia, but not controlled substances. I thought that was a little interesting. Another thing here, that this was very important. I've talked about this before. Now, I said I would try to keep this short and sweet, but now remember what we talked about a couple weeks ago about remote workers. Amazon managers are given the green light to fire employees who won't work from the office 3 days a week. Somebody sent me this article earlier today. This was an article by somebody by the name of Chloe Taylor. This is off of Yahoo Finance on October 20th at 5:57 a.m. Central Standard Time. They said America's corporate giants have been grappling with the task of getting employees back into the office, but Amazon has taken a bold step. The retail behemoth is now allowing supervisors to terminate workers who resist its return to office directive. In new guidelines for managers seen by Insider, the tech giant granted leaders more freedom to take disciplinary action against staffers who fail to turn up in person at least 3 times a week. The updated guidance was reportedly shared with Amazon managers via an internal system earlier this week. Now, according to Insider, the updates instructed managers to have a private conversation with any employees who don't meet the minimum in-office requirements. So this is a new totalitarianism, y'all. They're really pushing the issue with Amazon. Now, managers were told that if employees continue to ignore the in-office rules after these preliminary hearings or meetings, they should schedule another meeting with the staffer where they could take disciplinary action, including letting them go. Quote, if the employee does not demonstrate immediate and sustained attendance after the first convo, managers should then conduct a follow-up discussion with a reasonable time frame. The conversation will 1. Reinforce the return to office 3 days a week as a requirement, and 2. Explain the continued non-compliance, including a legitimate reason, may lead to disciplinary action up to and including termination of your employment. And without like a doctor's note or something like that, they know they could get around it to where even if you were like, okay, I'm gonna wait till I find another job, you might have a little unemployment. It's not gonna be much at all, of course, but collect a couple bucks. Now, back in February, it said the company told its workforce they would be expected to be in office for the majority of the week from May this year. Now, this is what the CEO, Andy Jassy, said. Collaborating and inventing is easier and more effective when they're in person. The energy and riffing on one another ideas happens more freely. Yeah, that's crazy. That's not going to go over well for some people. I know if they tell me that, oh, well, you got to go in, I'm out. Yeah. Y'all can I can keep it moving. Now, this right here, This is a good thing for Castle Black folk. Castle Black folk to the Night's Watch. This is a good one for you. This is interesting. All right. I want y'all to check this out. Now, this is on USA News. I told y'all this is the new thing. Having one income, it's rough. But even with the new tax bracket right now, the new tax bracket, y'all need to check out the new IRS tax bracket. They really putting the squeeze. Ain't no more middle class. They're really making it to where they're really putting the squeeze on social economics now. But this is from USA News right here. And I'll make this quick. Should you work 2 remote jobs at once? This is by Robin Maydell. This just actually, that's crazy. This came out December 30th, 2022. I wish I would have had it earlier. Now, it says about 79% of remote or hybrid employees are working 2 jobs at once, according to recent findings from Resume Builder of 1,200 full-time remote workers in the U.S. The growing trend of working 2 remote jobs has become so popular, it's even inspired a website called Overemployed, which is a community of professionals looking to work 2 remote jobs, earn extra income, and achieve financial freedom. And before I go any further, hey, Elon Musk had 2-3 jobs at the same time. Now, some people may say, well, he owned his own company. Is that ethical? Well, ethics come with morals, right? Should you be trying to make all this kind of money? Is that greed? That's what people could ask, right? Then other people could say, well, no, it's none of your business. If you want to run 3 companies, that ain't greedy. You just want to have more. All right. So what's the difference between somebody else? Well, they'll say, well, hey, you're working for somebody else. You're stealing. That's unethical. Is greed ethical? Well, greed. Now let's do selective justice. Greed is only if you own the company, right? If you own the company, you're not greedy. Okay. I guess we could go with that. The growing trend of working 2 remote jobs has become so popular that it has even inspired a website called Overemployed, which is a community of professionals looking to work 2 remote jobs, earn extra income, and achieve financial freedom. The site features blog posts on topics like avoiding lifestyle creep when making $600K, and understanding how background checks work for multiple employment. So the question right here is working 2 remote jobs legal? Heather Wine Brochen, partner and chair of the Employment and Labor Group at Day Pitney LLP, says that the law does not prevent employees from holding more than 1 job. Bam. In fact, she notes that some state laws prohibit employers from interfering with employees who want to hold a different job outside of their ordinary employment hours through moonlighting. She also points out to some potential legal complications for employees who work multiple jobs at once. So there's some of them. From a legal perspective, she says, holding 2 positions remotely at the same time is duplicitous behavior that could be challenged if the positions overlap and employer intellectual property or confidential information is being misused between and among positions. So basically, okay, I work at a healthcare company at this hospital, and then I work at another healthcare company at another hospital or a healthcare professional firm. You see what I mean? Or I work at a water company, and then I work at another water company. Maybe something like that. Then somebody says, they ask this question: is working 2 jobs ethical? While it may be legal to work 2 full-time jobs remotely simultaneously, it may not be ethical in certain circumstances. Elon Musk? Okay. In my opinion, and this is what Brochen says. Now, who is Brochen? It didn't say. Is this the same Brochen person? Oh, yeah. Heather Wine Brochen. Okay. Brochen says, in my opinion, the behavior is unethical as it involves stealing time from an employer. Meaning if a person is paid for 40 hours of work, but is actually devoting those 40 hours to exclusively one employer's work, the person is getting paid for time not worked, says Brochen. You know how they say, well, ethical. There's a lot of laws and code of conduct and this, that, and the third when it comes Man, we as black Americans, man, they want to hit us with ethics left and right with any and everything. And a lot of times that's why you have this diversity and inclusion garbage at these jobs, because there's no ethics. You wouldn't need a diversity and inclusion department if it was ethical from the first place. Now, in explaining her position, Brochen stresses that while it's nothing new for some employees to work different shifts of different hourly jobs, or for office employees to moonlight with a part-time hourly position in the evening, the remote and even hybrid work model has resulted in concerns from employers that employees may be working for more than one employer at the same time. All right. Then it talks about tax implications and things of that nature. But let's go real quick to this site called overemployed.com. They even got a mailing list. Now, this website looks a little janky a little bit, but you know what? It has some very interesting things about remote work. It says pros and cons of working 2 remote jobs, working 2 remote jobs seasonally, working 2 jobs for over 12 months. There was something here where it was talking about the legalities. Let me see if I could it's more, I think it's more of like a blog. Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can find some more information. It says 7 tips to avoid lifestyle creep will make it $600K. That'd be a big tax thing. Multiple, my story, why tech pre-order the book. Okay, this dude got a book. Let me see what this book is about. Oh, we got an ebook. Overemployed. Okay, he got an ebook. Okay, hey. We're in a capitalistic society. Success stories, resources, tech startup, guide to freeze to work, layoffs. Are they unethical? Hell yeah, a lot of layoffs I think are unethical. But there was something about, I'm really having some trouble finding this. There was something that I seen where they talked about law. It was legalities. It was something about legalities. But I don't see it anymore. I seen it on my cell phone. Maybe I'm overlooking it or something. But yeah, y'all check out that overemployed.com site. There was something about what's legal or whatever. I mean, you can legally pretty much, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't know where that went. There's another company in Edina, Minnesota. I was looking at an article somebody sent me called Yardstick. They raised $12 million following a 300% growth in customer base. It's dedicated to safe hiring and onboarding. And they just got a $12 million funding here. Y'all might want to go check out Yardstick and what they could do. Do your own research about it. They might even have some remote roles. So, like I said, that we only went on for about 15 minutes tonight. I might double up and put this on both channels. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. And we'll see y'all next week.